Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hi everyone, I hope you're well today. It's a bit rainy here, so our house is very dark at the moment, but I hope you don't mind. Anyway, the thing I wanted to talk about today has been on my mind today especially and yesterday. I want to say something about the beauty of Islam, the beauty of our Deen, and then inshallah in the end I have a message for all of us sisters and brothers in faith. There's something I want to say. So yeah, let's get started. When we get to know the Quran and we often read like the translation of the Quran or listen to different lectures and podcasts about the ayat of the Quran, I think the beauty of it all starts to open up for us, and we start seeing the beauty of Islam and the beauty of this Deen, and it is just such a beautiful religion. A few months back, or I think it's almost a year ago already. Anyway, some months ago, I was listening to this lecture at Bayinah TV. So it was Noman Ali Khan's lecture about an ayah of Surat Yusuf. It was the 33rd ayah of Surat Yusuf, and it was so beautiful. Something that he said on that lecture, it moved me into tears. Like, this is from the first part of the ayah. I'll read the translation from here very quickly. This is just one translation. So this ayah is about the situation where Yusuf alayhi salam is in front of the ladies, in front of the women, and all the women are trying to seduce him, and then the wife of the minister actually threatens him that if he doesn't do how she likes, then she will throw him into prison. In this situation, he doesn't even talk to the ladies, he doesn't talk to the women, but he straight away talks to God. And this is what he says. He said, "Lord, prison is more beloved to me than what they call me to. And in case you do not turn about from me their plotting, I would court them, and I would be of the ignorant." So the thing that got me was him saying that prison is more beloved to me, and the interpretation that Ustad Noman gave, it was just something so beautiful. He said that Yusuf alayhi salam is basically saying, he's saying to God that if obeying you means that I have to go to prison, then I would love to go to prison. This is what struck me. Like, if obeying you means going to prison, then I will love to go to prison. I will love to go to prison if that means that I can obey you. And when I heard this, it made me cry at the time because I thought it was so beautiful. And I straight away thought that how many times are we put in our lives in situations where we have to ask ourselves, like, are we able to say that to God? Are we able to say that if obeying you means da-da-da, then I will love do that thing, you know? When we declare our faith, or we say that we believe, we say that we love Allah, then certainly we are going to be tested in many different ways in our life, and I'm pretty sure that we are all going to face those situations where we have to, like, our love for Allah is put to the test. So it's like we have to choose between God or something else. And here's how, like, our love gets tested. Like, do I love Allah more than this other thing? At the time when I was listening to this, I was just like starting to wear the hijab at the time, and I was really struggling with it. It wasn't easy for me to start wearing the hijab. It was quite hard, and in the beginning I was struggling with it. So when I listened to this, when I heard this, it made me cry. It really moved me, because like I felt in that situation that I want to be able to say that, Ya Allah, if obeying you means wearing the hijab, then I will love to wear the hijab. It doesn't matter how hard it is for me right now, but if obeying you means wearing the hijab, then I would love to wear the hijab. This is what I was thinking about at the time. And that's how it is, you know. Obeying God is not always easy. Sometimes obeying God means that we are doing something that's hard for us, that's difficult for us. It's not always easy to obey Allah. But then again, if we think about love, like people, we people, we go to crazy extents for love. I mean, if we think about it, if we think about our spouse, for example, the things we are willing to do for our spouse, like when we have a spouse and we really, really love our spouse, we adore them, we really love them, like we are willing to sacrifice a lot for that love because of our love for them, like the extents we are willing to go for the sake of love that we have for them. And even like the love for our children, like if you think about it, think about how much we are willing to sacrifice for the sake of love for our children. And besides relationships, even the things that we love, like for example, I love being fit, so the extents I'm willing to go to in order to be fit is sometimes painful. Like I do painful things in order to be fit because I love it so much. I'm willing to do like crazy heat workouts that make me super tired and almost want to throw up, but I'm doing it because I love being fit. And we do these things, we go to crazy extents when, like, for the sake of love for something. I remember when we were still working as dancers and we were on our training period and we had a coach, and one time the coach forced us to do 400 burpees, and all of us, like it was a group of performers, dancers, and we were all doing 400 burpees in a circle. And I remember people were like almost throwing up, almost passing out. Some people were like crying, almost like crying. I felt like crying. I felt angry. I felt pissed off. But our coach was making us do it, and we were doing it, and we did 400 burpees. And why? For the sake of love, for the sake of, maybe we loved the money that we got, like from the job, our salary, or maybe we loved the job, or whatever it is that we loved about that job. We were willing to do, like, go through pain in order to be there. Like, if we didn't have a love for something, then we would have just quit right then and there and just stopped and gone home. But we didn't. We did the 400 burpees. This is, I'm trying to just give you an image about to what extents we go to in normal life for things that we love. Like, I see women go to crazy extents for the sake of their love for beauty, for their love, for the sake of their love for being looked at by other people, by them being recognized and admired and seen. They go through like painful plastic surgery just to look beautiful. Like painful surgery Can you imagine? For the sake of their love for beauty. And this is what I'm trying to get at, that also our love for God, it means obeying Him. And yes, we need to do, like, we need to make sacrifices sometimes. Loving God doesn't mean that we can just sit back and do nothing, just enjoy the ride. Like any other love, also our love for God requires something from us. And it's not always easy. It's not always easy to do. And loving God means obeying God. Like, I can't say that I love God if I'm not willing to obey Him, if I don't love or want to obey God. Even when it's hard, even when it is a little bit difficult, when we do need to make some changes in our lives. Like every other type of love that we have in our lives, also this love requires some kind of something that we are doing, you know, something that we are giving from ourselves. Nothing worthwhile in this life comes without some sacrifice. Everything needs some work that we put in. And also our relationship with God also requires some work and effort from us. And obviously our love for God is the most important love in our lives. So anyway, that was something so beautiful about this ayah, about Nabi Yusuf alayhi salam, Prophet Yusuf, when he said that if obeying you means going to prison, then I will love to go to prison. Like, you can see how much he loves God, how much he loves his creator, his master in that. It's just so beautiful. And then I had this thought that are we able to say in our own lives, are we able to say that, Ya Allah, if obeying you means giving up alcohol, for example, then I will love to give up alcohol. Or if loving you means wearing the hijab, then I will love to wear the hijab. Or if obeying you means wearing hijab and getting like shouted at on the streets or getting bullied by some people, then I would love that. If that's what it means to obey you, then I would love to do that. Like, are we able to say these things in our own lives? When you love someone or something, it shows from your life. It shows from your actions what and who you really love in your life. If you see a husband that adores his wife, you see from his actions what he does in his life, that he adores, he absolutely loves his wife. Or you look at a mother, to what extent she's willing to go to for her child. The love that a mother has for her child, you will see that. You will see the love from her actions. So also our love for God should show from our actions and from what we do in our everyday lives. And this was just, I was talking about the beauty of Islam and the beauty of this deen, and this was just one small example. This was so beautiful. It's just a really small example from the Quran. There's countless, endless amounts of lessons like this that are so beautiful, and this is just such a beautiful religion. And when we know the Quran more, then the beauty opens up even more. And the language of the Quran, the words of the Quran, they are just beauty itself. They are just so beautiful. So that brings me to my next point, This is something I really want to say to all the sisters and brothers out there. So that this video won't be like super long, I'm going to break this into 2 parts. So my message will be inshallah on the next part. So if you want to hear what I have to say, then please do watch the second part as well. Thanks for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.